Okay, hello everyone, and welcome to Black Girl Nerds Talks. I'm Shenee.
And I'm Liz. Hey guys.
I'm not gonna front. This is the second time we've done this.
This is like the 50th time we've
been having some really big technical issues. But we're here, and we're going to talk, we're just gonna maybe do a quick shout out to Prince and his wonderfulness, and then we're gonna talk about Lemonade. Right?
Yes.
So, as far as Prince is concerned, I think my biggest takeaway of his life and his legacy, and what I think his biggest gift was that he just was like showing you the different ways, you know, masculinity isn't just one thing. And he was just like so cool and so different and so interesting. And also being black isn't one thing. That's something that we talked about the last time we talked about this, was that, you know, he was like really a pioneer in sort of black alternative, and like sort of like that it's not just one thing. You don't have to be one way to be black. It could be all sorts of different things. And so that's what I feel like his biggest contribution was. Even his music was just like so different, and it just like fused rock and, you know, soul, and it was just like everything. So
yeah, I have to say, I think especially with all the things that people have been saying now that he's passed away, is just you never really know what someone is doing and the contribution that they're putting into the world.
Right.
I think just really his impact is going to be felt for maybe generations to come. I guess recently they found that he had just tons and tons of music that could like make many albums.
Yeah.
So, I just it's a loss, and but I think it's something that we can be an example for us blurs, nerds,
just put your stuff out there,
black people.
Yeah.
You know, feeling. I think just going away with the feeling that you can be who you are.
Yeah.
And it's okay. So
whatever you want to be is good.
It's okay.
Yeah. So rest in peace, Prince. If you have any memories or anything you want to talk about, or everybody has a Prince story, so tell your Prince story like down in the comments. Let us know what you think and how you feel about, you know, Mr. Purple, the great Prince. So that's our first sort of news item. So now we're going to spend a little bit more time talking about the Lemonade. Beyonce finally dropped her long-awaited visual album, Lemonade.
Did you watch it?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
yeah, Lemonade this weekend. I watched it after the fact. I was out on Saturday. In fact, my friend was very upset that it dropped. She thought she was just going to miss the special because she didn't think that the album was going to come out. I didn't think it was going to either.
So you got to be ready.
Yeah, but you got to always be in formation. You have to always be in formation. So I watched it that Sunday. And I was shocked because I will say this, and no, please don't get mad at me, everybody. I've always been sort of a very casual Beyonce fan before now. I know, please don't hurt me. I'm in formation, but like I'm in the back.
Blasphemy.
I know, but I'm in the back. But I know. But I loved Formation. I thought that was like the best song she's ever done. Like I was such a Formation fan. But this album made me into like, I'm like legitimately a Beyonce fan now, because I just feel like she's really let us see her in a way that she hasn't before. I know we thought that even the last album, she was like, this is my coming out party, and this is like me really being vulnerable. And some of the criticism, not my criticism, please don't get mad at me, but like some of the criticism that like some of the critics had was that they thought that it was good, but she could push more and be even more sort of like show herself. And I think she really took that in this album. She was like, this is what it is. And I think that last album was just her warming up to this album of like really,
it was like definitely a warm up.
Yeah, like because we thought like, she was like,
you don't know what's coming, guys.
I know.
I think this is something.
Yeah, so I think I just really loved how vulnerable was and how much I really connected with the music, because that's not something I usually do. Like I'm a movie person, like I really strongly connect with like movies and stuff like that, but I've never really connected with music. And you know, partially that's because a lot of music isn't created for us, right? Like even black artists sometimes are not creating music for black women, especially
Yeah,
black
I think
women.
even you can say some people would think that even Beyonce could have been claimed as someone who wasn't
Yeah,
necessarily creating
yeah.
music for
For
Black
us,
women.
like not,
So,
yeah,
right.
yeah.
And this album is so clearly like, this is, I
An
am a
ode
Black
to us.
woman. I'm
Yeah,
speaking to other Black women because they
yeah.
will know. And it's kind of like a code that only you know. Like, it's like, you know, I know the points, what she's saying,
Yeah.
and no one else can. It's like a
It's
what's
like a
the
secret. It's a secret
secret?
society.
Yeah, secret
Yeah.
society. Something
Black
that
girls. Yeah.
we only know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I watched it on HBO.
Yeah.
I was there front and center,
Of
ready
course,
to
he was
go.
there.
Uh, and I loved it. I love the spoken word. I love
Oh, I
the
love the
visuals.
poems.
I
I gotta get the
loved
poetry book.
I loved all of it. I loved the gothic, um, Afro futurism slash old antebellum South. I just
Old
loved all
black.
of it.
Yeah.
Old
Yeah.
black
Yeah.
Southish. I just loved all of
Yeah.
everything that she was giving me. I was taking it and accepting it and becoming a new person.
Yeah. And
So
it's something you don't see very often because I'm from Georgia. And so you see that type of, even like the people in between, like when it wasn't like, when it wasn't stylized and she was like talking to the actual people, like the way those people look and stuff like that, that's something I really identify with growing up in Georgia and, Alabama and like spending time in the South. And you don't ever get to really see those types of black people in media very often because,
and you don't see that part of the South, even though
yeah.
that's when you actually go there, that's a lot of what
Yeah,
it
it's
looks
all
like.
red clay and
Yeah, and it's so
the
funny. I just
trees.
think of TV shows like even The Walking Dead or just
Yeah.
things that are set in the South. It's like, where's this whole thing that Beyonce is giving us is not what you would typically see, which is
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
And I guess like supposedly they're trying to see if her visual album can be like put in the running for an Emmy, which
Oh my
I think
gosh.
visually, I think
Yeah,
there's
I think
some merit to
so.
that. So
Yeah.
that's really cool.
Oh, totally. I'm sure, of course, Beyonce was like, Emmy, uh-oh, I think you
Yeah.
disappeared.
Uh-oh, sorry guys.
Oh, there
Again,
she is. She's like,
technical difficulty.
she's back. We're still here. It's still going up. So I think we should take a couple minutes to talk about Becky because that's like the I was just telling Liz, we're new friends, but her faces are my favorite. If you watch the show, you will also be aware of them. Like, she's so amazing. So Becky is sort of like the big discussion around the album. Also, I don't think it's okay, I'm gonna make a brief aside about sort of like what I really think the album is about. I really think that the album is about, it's not necessarily about whether or not he cheated. It's about this idea that if you're a black woman and you are anything but what people expect you to be, that the idea of getting left. Like, I see it in my career all the time, like, as a black woman, you have to be very reserved, you have to be this, you have to be that. Like, there's so many things we're supposed to be, and if we're not, we're left or left behind or whatever, which I really think what the Becky thing is really about. It's this idea of, as a black woman, this fear around everything you do, this claustrophobic fear, and I feel this a lot in my career, that if you say the wrong thing or do the wrong thing, that you will be left or you will be hurt in some way, which is I really think the album is really about beyond the cheating. It's just like that claustrophobic fear,
Yeah, and I'll take it even a step further because I echo everything you feel on that. But just this feeling that as a black woman, it is so okay for you to be disrespected, and that if you mess up in one way or you're lacking in one way, then it is
it's
completely
over.
okay.
Yeah.
It's okay, and it's justified.
Yeah.
If there's something that's lacking in you and hit in this man's perception, that is okay for him to treat you in any way, shape, or form. And I think this album really touches on this kind of dichotomy in your head that you're going through of, is this person, because she's going through a whole range of emotions, which I absolutely love in this album. And it's like that I'm a person, and you can't just throw me away and think that it's okay, and that I'm not going to call you out for it, and I'm not going to stand up for myself. Like, I think
yeah.
if anything I got from this was it is okay to stand up for yourself and to say, I'm a human being and you should treat me as if I'm a human being who has worth and value. So, yeah, I know people are saying all kinds of other things, and okay, but at the meat of it, it's that Black women, Black people are worthy, are human beings, and they're worthy of respect and treated with everything that humans are supposed to be
Yeah,
afforded.
we deserve respect, and also, yeah, like we're people and we're allowed to be flawed and we're allowed to be vulnerable, because that's the big thing about Black women, right? It's like we're not allowed to be vulnerable, we're not allowed to hurt, we're not allowed to emote without,
Right.
People freaking out, or being that we're the angry Black woman, and she's saying like, no, like, be freaking angry, like, really, like,
it's okay.
It's okay. Feel
sad.
your feelings. It's okay to have all these things, and if Beyonce can feel these things, and if she can be put in this position, then any of us can. So yeah,
yeah. And if you're Becky with the good hair, just step to the left.
yeah, and Becky with the good hair, and it's like, the whole thing about, like I said, and that's how I feel. It's like not about Becky and making her.
That's the whole point.
Yeah, like, and making it about her.
That person is irrelevant. And
exactly.
When you're listening to the song, it's like you have Beyonce. Why will you? You don't want that other thing, So yeah.
Yeah, I loved it. So I guess that's our take on Lemonade. Let us know what you think in the comments below. What's your favorite song? What's your favorite song?
My favorite song? I have 3 that have been on repeat.
Oh, what are those?
So Pray You Catch Me.
Yeah.
Hold Up and Sorry. Sorry, I listen to that on my way to work.
Yeah, Sorry is definitely... Sorry is my jam. And then also, Hold Up, and then... All Night Long, I just think it's such a pretty,
I love All Night Long in the video.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I was tearing up. I'm like a crybaby.
So much love.
I'm tearing up like
love is so beautiful.
Like, look at her pregnant belly.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was really good.
Yeah, so she established apparently that relationship's not going anywhere. So I think that's like why the whole thing is up for interpretation. So yeah, I love Sorry. Sorry is like my jam because I just love
Serena Williams. What?
I know, just like twerking. I was like amazing. I was like, yes, queens, my 2 queens. I love Serena Williams. I'm like obsessed with her. So when I saw her, I was like, ah.
Yes, I was like, yes, Serena.
Yeah, because people, she's a good example of how her body has been so, talked about and politicized, and she's just like, here it is, my thighs, it's all
I
here.
think she's the perfect person to be in that song.
Yeah, because she could have had anybody, and she was like, you know what, this is who. And then even some of the other people, I don't know if you know who Michaela Pierce is, but she's a dancer. She's in this, you know who she is. You know who she is. Yeah, this documentary that I love, and she was in it, and lots of really, I think, what was her name? Who was in the Beast?
Quvenzhané Walls.
Yes, she's in it too, and I was just like, yes, so much magic, so much Black girl magic. So yes, those were.
It was too much. It was. Like,
I know. I was like, this is like overwhelming.
I was like, oh, I can't take it.
I was like, I need to put on some like lipstick and just go out and go do my thing. So those are our thoughts on Prince and on Lemonade. Let us know what your favorite songs. Of course, Formation. I love that song.
That's like a
of course. Yeah. So let us know.
That's what we are always in.
I know, because we're always in Formation. So let us know in the comments below of what you thought, what you would like for us to talk about next week, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.
Bye.